This video will show how to attach your 360 camera to the Pipistrel Virus, outside under the wing left and right, and inside the cockpit. And I will show you how a 360 camera actually rotates and moves, well, seemingly, because nothing moves. The various bars inside the Virus cockpit are easy fixing areas for a flexible bicycle or motor camera mount with a 1/4-inch screw. This front bar is where I frequently attach the camera. Even though the camera is very close, it makes for very interesting views. Attaching the mount behind the cantilever spar is possible and makes for nice views as well, but you will notice that the view may get blocked when you apply the air brakes, as you can see here. Mounting a camera under the wing is particularly easy on a Virus. The Virus has holes to screw in tie-down rings, and they have a 12mm thread. Look online for a sturdy mini tripod mount. This is the one I found for less than 20 euros. Next you need to make or find a friend who makes the double-threaded link bar, 1/4-inch on one side, 12mm on the wing side. This is how the tripod mount screws in. You see how deep it goes. This guarantees that it doesn't unscrew even on long flights. I just lightly tighten it without a counterbolt. There comes the Insta360 X2 camera. I always keep it in its pouch to prevent the lenses from getting scratched. Both contact surfaces on the mount and the base of the camera are rubberized and hold well. There are two other possible attachment points that I haven't tried yet. One is in the tail skid rope hole. That makes for this perspective that I first saw in the Darfy plane videos. The last attachment point is on a selfie stick that sticks out in the front of the wing. I haven't tried that yet, but the tripod mount in the wing and a long carbon selfie stick should do the trick. There's also a remote control that allows you to switch on the camera from within your cockpit while flying, and it's GPS enabled, so it allows you to overlay data such as speed and altitude and direction later on. Now let's look at the editing on your computer, because that is where the apparent turning and rotating takes place. For the Insta360 X2 camera, you use the Insta360 Studio app. A 360 camera continuously records in all directions. During editing, it's like you're sitting at the center inside a sphere with images moving all around you. With your cursor, you can look around in all directions and choose which angles and portions of the recording you like. The software allows you to gradually transition from one angle to another, zoom in or out. And that gives the impression that the camera is turning somehow, but it isn't. As a pilot, you just switch on the camera and you let it record, nothing to worry about, so you can concentrate on your flight as usual. By the way, you may have noticed that in this clip, the propeller is not rotating. Well, that's on purpose. It was a dead stick landing exercise. The Virus has a gliding ratio of 1:17, and now you'll see it float in ground effect, floating and floating and floating and floating, and only there it touches the ground. Two more useful features of the Studio software are slow motion and isolating single frames, shown here when this falcon and I were using the runway in opposite directions. And one more thing, since the camera is recording in 360 degrees and you are focused on steering the airplane, you're bound to frequently have missed beautiful images, especially behind you. So while editing, make sure to look in all directions and get most out of your recordings. Well, here we are. Hope this video was useful for you. I'll be happy to read your comments or experience or any other insights. Remember, just press the button and the camera will do the work. We as pilots can concentrate on flying and landing safely.